the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
I'm sitting here. I literally got out the car right here.
Okay. No, yeah, then you started flailing around trying to
God, I want you to kill me.
I copied 1080 on the female. They want me to do the contact prohibition for dropping them off.
Ever witnessed someone try to outrun the police only to dig themselves into an even deeper hole? In today's video, we bring you the outrageous case of a so-called Karen who thought she could defy the law, but ended up colliding with reality literally. Let's break down this wild story involving an Ohio woman who rammed police cruisers in a desperate attempt to escape arrest. Alliance, Ohio, July 23, 2024. What should have been a routine response to a domestic disturbance escalated into a full-blown crisis in the parking lot of the Alliance police station. It began when a male victim arrived at the station to report an alleged domestic violence incident. Before officers could even process the situation, the female suspect showed up, parking her vehicle directly behind the victims and blocking him in. Officers gave her 5 clear verbal commands to exit the vehicle. She refused every single one.
Come out of the car or you are under arrest.
He needs to stay away from me.
48 headquarters. Stay right here.
Okay. Dude, touch her. Do not let him touch her. No, tell him to stay away from me.
What's your name?
Stay away from me.
Here's the deal. You can either come out of the car or I'm going to break out the window. I'm going to break out the window if you don't exit. No, you can go over there.
No.
When officers were forced to open the door and remove her physically, the woman suddenly rammed a police cruiser, then reversed and struck another patrol car in an effort to flee. During this chaotic moment, she narrowly missed hitting a bystander named Olivia, escalating the danger even further.
No! 48 headquarters. She's trying to take off. We got a pursuit. She almost just struck. Now she's got the collar pinned in. No.
Eventually, the officers caught up with her, ordered her to the ground, and successfully took her into custody. The entire scene was loud and tense and witnessed by her sister, who could be heard screaming as the arrest unfolded.
Get out of the car! Get out! Get out! Get out of the car!
Get out of the car! Get away from me! Get out of the car!
On the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
Get on the ground!
Officers suspected impairment, and their suspicions were confirmed when the woman admitted to being under the influence of prescription drugs and narcotics. She is now being held in Stark County Jail on a $100,000 bond, facing a long list of serious charges: felonious assault, felony obstruction, unlawful restraint, resisting arrest, operating a vehicle while impaired. The suspect's actions resulted in several legal violations under Ohio law. Felonious assault, Chapter 2903. 11 involves attempting to cause serious harm, such as ramming police cruisers, and can lead to 2 to 8 years in prison and substantial fines. Felony obstruction, Chapter 29 and 21.32, which includes hindering law enforcement by refusing to exit the vehicle, and ramming cruisers, carries penalties of up to 5 years in prison and fines up to $10,000. Unlawful restraint, Chapter 2905, 03 occurs when restricting the victim's movement by blocking his vehicle, resulting in potential consequences of up to 6 months in jail and fines up to $1,000. Additionally, resisting arrest, Chapter 29 and 21.33, which involves non-compliance with officers and attempting to flee, may lead to up to 90 days in jail and fines up to $750. Operating a vehicle, while impaired, Chapter 45, 11. 19, defined as driving under the influence of drugs, carries penalties including 3 days to 6 months in jail, fines ranging from $375 to $1,075, and a license suspension for 1 to 3 years. The suspect's reckless actions not only endangered lives but also led to significant legal consequences. Understanding these violations and their penalties underscores the importance of adhering to the law for public safety. That last woman was out of control, but believe it or not, she's not the worst one. What's coming next takes things to a whole new level. Let's rewind to September 6, 2023 in Waukesha, Wisconsin, where a domestic disturbance turned into a full-blown manhunt, ending with multiple felony charges against one woman. It all started when officers from the Waukesha Police Department responded to a call at a Quick Trip gas station. Witnesses reported that a woman had allegedly tried to run over her boyfriend during an explosive argument. The scene quickly spiraled, with bystanders fearing someone might actually get seriously hurt.
Yeah, there's officers up there too. I just want to make sure they didn't come here. Did you see what was going on?
No, I think it was an argument. Well, I don't know. Many people saw it. There was a lot of people who saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy out there.
Everyone left?
She tried to run him over. He went running across the parking lot. She went up with her car up around the next street over. So I don't know if she was like going after him again. It would be over in that other parking lot or around the building over
You're
there.
Norm, right?
Yep.
So she tried to run him over, you're saying?
Well,
that's what it looked like?
When I pulled in, the tan car was sitting there and like behind the trunk with a whole mess of stuff, like dumped out. And all of a sudden, they got in the car and they took off out into the street and then made a quick turn back into here really recklessly and then stopped. And then he got out. He was like going back to the stuff. Then he was picking up his stuff. She got back in the car and she took off after him at first, and he ran between the gas pumps here.
The bookstore's still there? Okay, all right.
Northbound, Milwaukee, crossing Northview. She's not stopping. Josh Naylor in front of you in pursuit.
When officers arrived, the woman was still on the premises, but instead of cooperating, she jumped into her vehicle and took off. That decision sparked a high-speed chase through various parts of Waukesha County. What followed was chaos. The suspect drove recklessly through traffic, blew through red lights, and completely ignored public safety. Officers struggled to keep up as she pushed her vehicle to the limit.
Northbound, Milwaukee, crossing Northview. She's not stopping. Josh Naylor in front of you in pursuit.
112 is at Pewaukee and Blue Mountain. We're going to be in pursuit of it, continuing to be northbound on Pewaukee, heading towards the eye. Looks like it's going to be going eastbound on I-94 right now from Pewaukee. 112's in pursuit of it.
112, good copy. Needs to terminate pursuit per 1204.
Copy, terminated. Last seen eastbound on I-94. Higher to speed.
The pursuit only came to a stop when she finally lost control and crashed. But even after the crash, she wasn't ready to surrender. She resisted arrest, ignored commands, and gave officers a hard time securing the scene.
Kill me, please! You hurting me!
Stop.
I'm sitting here. I literally got out the car and said here.
Okay. No, yeah, then you started flailing around trying to
Carl, I want you to kill me.
I copied 1080 on the female. You want me to do the contact prohibition prior to dropping them off?
can't lift you off your phone like that, alright? Hey, we're gonna get your help, okay? Just relax. Alright?
Once in custody, things didn't get any clearer. Her statements were inconsistent and contradictory, making it difficult for investigators to determine exactly what had gone down before the chase. She alternated between portraying herself as the victim and trying to rationalize her dangerous behavior, often referencing a turbulent history with her boyfriend.
So we're not gonna get my spot back.
Wait, what happened? What was that chasing me in the way? Can y'all talk to me?
Yeah, what's up?
Ran away when?
There was an incident that happened in Waukesha. You ran away from our officers, fleet our officers, all right? And we found your vehicle and they located you, all right? So that's what it's about, all right? The incident that happened just recently in Waukesha, just earlier this morning, about an hour ago. Your boyfriend?
Then y'all was gonna lock me up anyway.
So you hit an innocent person's car? Smart.
It was an accident. I tried to
It was
brake.
an accident where you going 80?
I was trying to brake. Literally, I
smart.
was.
And then going 100 on the freeway?
Yeah,
Genius Spark.
Yeah, Silver Spring. Yeah, I saw that.
Would have been some smaller charges. Now you got a bunch of shit.
What am I?
Charges now too.
Felonies? Please don't hit me with felonies.
Oh, you got
way
too late for
What you mean? Y'all was all, wait, what am I all getting charged with?
Well, you got a lot of case from us. Milwaukee. You had a walk for sure.
I'm gonna be in jail forever, bro. What? Can you tell me all? Can I cross my legs?
Are you gonna stop playing?
I'm not doing anything but asking questions. Can you tell me all places I got?
This is Tulsa.
Your boyfriend? On Capitol. Some other charges? This is Tulsa? Capitol's on Tulsa. That's Tulsa right there? Maybe battery? Yeah, this is Tulsa.
He's not
I'll notify them for the
Yeah,
accident then.
Yeah.
But that's still where the accident occurred, right on the intersection.
Is they okay?
I don't know if that still may be.
Go ahead.
Is they okay? Can I take
120, 1024. Call up this.
Nah, not right now.
Clear for 7.
I'm cooperating.
I know. We're gonna have you. Hey, you just got it in 2 pursuits. All right, with 2 different officers, 2 different departments.
Scared.
Okay.
Y'all
Right now, I'm not gonna have you get up and walk around. All right.
I asked you to hold me. I was gonna walk with you. I just want to see the front of my car. You can take pictures and show me somebody.
Well, not right now, until we get everything all worked out. All right.
1153, 1153.
My experience with police officers, y'all scare me. Why do you think I'm like freaking out?
Well, we've been nothing but good with you right now, right?
Baby, y'all is. But I'm like,
Talking to you. Yeah, they're not meant for comfort. Sorry, man.
218, I'm 1060. I'm gonna hang out at
it's bleeding.
I'm just gonna.
They're looking at the lady that you hurt.
Is she okay?
No.
What's wrong? What happened?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. They'll figure it out.
114 on downtown.
He's in a lot of pain.
So obstructing an officer and fleeing in Waukesha. 2 cases. And then down here.
10-8, put me on the fog call. 1060.
All right. So here's the issue. So.
I'm going to jail and I'm not getting out.
Well, no, not right now. You said you wanted to get treatment for your injuries, correct? Otherwise, we got a transport squad that's coming over here, and then they can assist you in transporting you to Waukesha Memorial Hospital because you'll probably get there sooner, anyways. If you're, I don't think you have. You tell me, do you have life-threatening injuries right now? I mean, it's up to you. If you want to sit here and wait until they get done. But he did say it's going to take a while. So otherwise we can transfer you back to Waukesha Memorial Hospital.
Wait, my arm hurt. That one hurt.
This one hurts?
Yes.
Ready? Stand up on your own.
Those both felonies?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the 2 charges. That's why I'm getting 2 charges down here.
What's that, ma'am?
So it's 2 charges down here.
Just go walk on up to my partner there, okay?
Were you able to get a hold of that relatively quickly? I believe she's on like an hour hold.
How far is that?
Hold off on an hour call, sorry.
From our police department?
That's where we're going right now, right?
Yeah. And then the hospital is about a 5-minute drive from our police department. Okay?
After sorting through the confusion, officers booked her on multiple felony charges, including fleeing an officer as defined under Wisconsin statutes, paragraph 346, Ojozo 43, is a felony offense that occurs when a driver, knowing they are being pursued by law enforcement, willfully ignores signals to stop and attempts to evade capture. Depending on the circumstances, this offense can lead to imprisonment for up to 3.5 years and a fine of up to $10,000. Obstructing an officer covered under Wisconsin statutes, paragraph 946 to 41, is another serious offense that encompasses any actions taken to hinder or mislead law enforcement during an investigation. This can range from providing false information to physically resisting arrest. Conviction for this charge can result in imprisonment for up to 9 months and a fine of up to $10,000 or more severe penalties if combined with other charges. All right, let's jump into this next case because things definitely take a turn for the worse. On March 18, 2024, the Chipola County Sheriff's Department received a report of an alleged assault that took place just outside a local bar. The caller, identified as Sue, claimed she had been attacked while leaving the establishment. According to Sue's account, an unknown individual had pushed her to the ground and rubbed her face into the gravel, leaving her with visible facial injuries. She reported the incident occurred around 4:15 p.m., but was unable to describe her attacker. No physical description, no clothing, details, nothing to go on.
I'm Jason. I'm with the sheriff's office. You able to kind of tell me what happened?
I walked out of the liner, stopped in there to see some friends. I had a drink or two, walked out, and somebody got me from behind. I was parked way over on this side. I don't know.
Okay, did they shove you, or I guess?
Yeah, they pushed me, and then they rubbed my head in the thing, and they were gone by the time I got up.
Okay. Could you tell what they were wearing?
No, I didn't even see them.
Okay. You don't know if they were in the bar previously? Or?
No, I don't know nothing.
Okay. All right. And looks like obviously you got the injuries to your nose. Anywhere else are you hurt?
My chin, my lip, my nose. I went up and I took my jacket off and I tried to clean up as best I could before I come in here.
She went upstairs and changed clothes.
Yeah, because it was all blood. And
and then was it? You said it was more towards like I think Shay's got like campers.
No, I was way over west.
Yeah, right.
Because then I always take off out of there and then I get right on the highway and come home.
Yeah.
East, west, I don't know, right, that side.
Okay.
Right by the road coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to the west. Did you have any problems inside the bar when you were there?
No, not inside that bar, no.
Okay.
We were all having a good time, and like I said, I stopped in for one or two and left, and I was walking out and somebody got me from behind, and I didn't see him coming. I was almost to my truck.
Okay. Who was with you in the bar, or who were you visiting?
Mike and Brenda.
Mike and
Brenda.
Have you talked to them since this?
No.
No?
I haven't talked to anybody until I went up and come back down here.
Okay. All right. Are you looking to pursue criminal charges?
Well, if I know who it was.
Right. It's a silly question, but we got to ask. Did the EMS staff say if your nose is broken or anything?
They didn't say nothing.
Sue admitted she had been drinking at the bar for several hours, but maintained that she had no conflicts with anyone there. When deputies arrived, they observed injuries to her nose, chin, and lips consistent with a fall or physical altercation, but the lack of specifics raised concerns.
They told me I should go to the hospital, but I don't want to. There was no injury in the back of my head.
Okay.
All in front.
Okay. Well, what time did this happen?
About 4:15.
Okay. You didn't take photos, did you?
I didn't do anything.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get some photos of you quick, and then I'll talk with Shay, see if he's got cameras. So we'll see what we can do.
That was mine here.
Maybe saw that across the road.
Yeah, they might. Yep, absolutely. So, okay. Yeah, if you want, I gotta just grab the camera to go in, or how do you?
Outside and go up.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be in touch with you. I'll see if I can figure out some cameras or anything like that. I think I got everything that I need for right now. Like I said, I'll be in touch with you, okay? So, all right, thank you.
Deputies began their investigation by reviewing security footage from the bar and interviewing staff and patrons who were present at the time. Interestingly, no one reported seeing anything out of the ordinary. The bartender and several witnesses confirmed that there were no fights, no confrontations, and no disturbances that matched Sue's story.
Howdy. Shay here?
Shay?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Big trouble. Okay. We talked to you over there.
Okay.
What's going on, partner? Not too much. Do the cameras work?
The outdoor ones don't. No.
They don't. Okay. Are you aware of anything happening outside? There's a Sue said she was here, and she was walking out. She got shoved to the ground by an unknown person. Nose is all busted up.
I never even heard of that. When was that?
About an hour and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You should ask Corey. She would have told me something like that.
Is that the bartender?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can she step out for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to grab her or you want me to?
Why don't you grab her? I'm going to look for some blood quick just to see. Yeah.
So it was Mike and Brenda.
Yep, and that's who she was visiting, she said.
Mike and Brenda. And Dusty and Al. Jeremy Janke was here, but he left after her.
Was there any problems at the...
None.
None?
Absolutely none. Did she say it was a man?
She doesn't even know who.
The entire time. No, 3. The entire time, and she was here for a couple hours.
Okay.
She comes from Walmart every day, or every Monday she goes shopping for her bar, and they stop here and have a couple drinks, and then she goes home.
Okay.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. I'm like, well, I wasn't sure on the cameras. I'm like, well, if there are outside cameras, if I caught it, that'd be great, because she had no clue.
She shoved her down and rubbed her face in the dirt?
Yep, and I don't see any blood, but
No.
do you know where she parked?
No,
You
I don't.
talked to
Well,
her physically in person,
Yeah.
and she's scuffed up.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
oh, she wouldn't lie. She's
Well,
not
right,
that kind of
but this is
person.
just super
And so
fucking
Mike parked right here. Mike and Brenda, I don't know where she parked.
And she made it sound like she was parked over here.
Yeah, because she picks up groceries for them and gives them to, that's why they meet here. Why wouldn't she come back in and tell me?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Why wouldn't she come back in and say something to me?
How does that happen? Nobody-
Because I would have.
Right. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but she's not one of those people. She wasn't
Right.
shit-faced or drunk even. So that's weird that she.
As investigators dug deeper, the inconsistencies began to pile up. The surveillance video clearly showed Sue leaving the bar alone and stumbling in the parking lot. No one else appeared to be involved. Her injuries, while real, appeared to be the result of a fall, not an assault. With no corroborating evidence and a story that didn't match reality, deputies determined that Sue had fabricated the details of the incident.
Yeah, it looks like it. What's your first name, Corey?
Corey.
C-O-R-E-Y. Do you know if anybody walked out after she did?
She left because I said, "Oh, did Sue leave?" And they said, "Yeah, she left." And then Jeremy's cousin left, but it was well after she did.
Nothing like somebody right behind her.
I would know. It was all regulars that come in here like almost every Monday.
Okay.
So I don't think I had Dan. He wouldn't do that, and he stayed longer. So no, I don't. I have no idea. And then I had Cedric and his wife and the 3 women and his brother-in-law.
she don't even know what the person looks like. Like, never even.
Nothing. They came right behind her and just shoved her down. And
Did they rob her? Did they just shoved her down and rubbed her?
right.
Well, that's.
So.
Oh my God. Well, I hope she's all right. But
Yeah, I think she'll be fine.
Nothing that I even knew about. There was no noise. There was no nothing. And believe me, I'm Gladys Klavitz. If you pull in here, I'm watching where you're parking.
Right.
But no, I didn't know anything of it. And there was nobody that was different, that was out of the ordinary here. And you know how I am. I call you over everything.
That would be something that would happen at like 2 o'clock in the morning with people that I don't know.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And even then, it's bizarre. Like, there would be something leading up to it. Like, people don't just.
Right. And she even told me there was no issues at the bar.
None. Everybody was having a good time. There was no one here that would do that.
Right.
There wasn't even anyone new. You know, it was all regulars.
Right. Okay.
I'm sorry. I wish I could.
No, you're fine. It's definitely weird. I mean, I think me and the Stanley officer are a little bit skeptical, to say the least. But we got to be skeptical with our job for everything.
No, you have to be. But I mean, she's not the type that would lie.
Right.
She just isn't. At the same time, nothing was out of the ordinary.
As a result, she was issued a citation for resisting or obstructing law enforcement, a violation of local ordinances. That charge means she'll now have to appear in court, where she can either challenge the citation or face the legal consequences of filing a false report. In Florida, making a false report to law enforcement can result in significant legal consequences. Under Florida statutes, Chapter 837, which deals with false statements, individuals who knowingly provide false information to law enforcement officials are committing a crime. This statute covers various forms of false statements, including those made to law enforcement during investigations. Under Chapter 837 of the Florida statutes, which deals with false statements, penalties for making false reports can vary based on the severity and impact of the statement. Generally, false reporting is classified as a misdemeanor of the first degree, which can result in up to 1 year in jail and/or fines up to $1,000. However, if the false report causes substantial disruption or endangers public safety, it may be elevated to a felony charge, leading to more severe penalties. All right, fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your support.